Look at me, I'm Norris. I have to apply some presets to our recording so that our voices don't sound bad and all through the night. Boo-hoo.
I think this should all be fine. Real quick, can I just get Mike you to talk?
Biggity. Okay. I don't even know.
That's enough.
Sorry.
That's enough. Mike, can I get you to, Dave, Matt, can I get you to talk?
Hatsune Miku.
Dave, can I get you to talk?
Miku.
Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku. Okay, I think we're good. All right, everyone good?
Did you test Kelly?
Yeah, Kelly was talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was commenting about how all he has to do is put some presets on our
Right.
voices.
Yeah, so
Some
All right, Norris,
Vocaloid?
fire it up. 5,
okay.
Hatsune
4,
You don't need to
Miku.
count.
3.
You don't need to count.
One,
You don't even do this.
two,
2, 3,
Miku.
No, we're counting down.
five,
Oh my god, you guys don't get it.
6,
7,
Happy
8,
birthday
9,
to
10.
you.
I hate
All right,
everything.
Hatsune Miku.
Okay, all
Hatsune
right,
Miku.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Hopped for our podcast about inveterate screaming. I'm your host, Chris Norris-Jones. Today, we are doing the part 2 of our Game of the Year cast. I'm sitting here with one Mr. David Beebe,
Hatsune Miku.
one Mr. Kelly Wright,
Yeah.
one Mr. Matthew Emery,
Hatsune Miku.
one Mr. Michael Parker,
Hatsune Miku.
and I am also Hatsune Miku as well, apparently.
Mhm.
So we're just coming off of our feel good, happy, everyone giving our personal lists and talking all happy and nice about our favorite games of 2017. Now, fuck all that. All the good stuff's gone. Now we're getting into the anger moments
about
of the
to fight.
evening. Yeah, we're about to fucking really get rowdy in here. We are now going to decide the podcast number 1 Uno Mucho Game of the Year.
The Hatsune Miku Game of the Year.
Mhm. Okay, so
I'm gonna draw y'all attention back to a episode in early 2014. No, not early. What year is it?
that was a
Fuck.
different podcast.
Early 2017. When I said the game of the year is going to be two specific games, and I still think it's going to be between those two games, but I ain't even going to spoil anything.
You can do that. You can't make a reference to a thing and then not reference it. That's not.
No, he's gonna smugly be like feel correct when it comes to the
I
end.
totally
yes.
knew it was Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
It's Hatsune Miku and Resident Evil 7.
Come from
That's what I
behind
said.
victory for the Pokemon Emerald 386 ROM hack, which Matthew 100% completed.
In a shocking upset, it's once again Minesweeper for the internet browser.
Between Pillars of Eternity and Pokemon Emerald. The 27th.
Imagine if I had such political clout to do that, though.
Okay. Here's the way this works: is we've all put together a list of all of the games that we have played this year. At least one of us has played this year. It is a 25 long list of games, which I will say out here in a minute. Y'all at home, listen to this. Pay attention. We'll probably go over them a little bit more as time goes by, but hey, you do what you got to do.
We're listing this in order of when they came out.
More or
Mostly.
less. I added some extras because we forgot a couple.
Yeah.
But
You
anyways,
forgot a couple.
we all did. Okay. Our list of games this year that Super Hopped Up as a team, as a squad, as a lit fam played are Hatsune Miku, Project Diva, Future Tone, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Neo, Night in the Woods, Horizon, Zero Dawn, The Walking Dead Telltale series, A New Frontier,
/
Pronounced dab.
Dab,
Future Town.
The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata, Persona 5, Injustice 2, The Surge, Friday the 13th, The Game, Fortnite Battle Royale, Pyre, Absolver, Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Destiny 2, Cuphead, Middle Earth: Shadow of War, Super Mario Odyssey, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, Simulacra, Mass Effect Andromeda, and last but most certainly not least, Star Fox 2.
Why'd you get rid of the original Fortnite?
Because
it's
none
not
of you
an
guys had it
actual
on your
game.
list. Then you guys put it up on there. Dave said Fortnite Battle Royale when I just had it
But
as
it was-
Fortnite.
But it was
they the
on the
same
list
game?
of games that came out this year that I played.
Look. I'm happy.
Fortnite did not come out this year. It's still in early access.
Yeah, he's
Whatever.
right.
No, I'm with Matt. I don't think.
I'm happy to include Fortnite as
No,
all of
you
the
know
game
what?
modes in Fortnite. So
You know
we-
what? Fine.
We adopt the no participation trophies rule here at Super Hopped Up. You don't make a game that even comes out, you don't get to be on the list.
Kelly, games don't care about your feelings, okay?
I mean, apparently neither do you guys.
All right.
Who do you who?
So
who
basically,
are we starting with?
okay. So basically, Norris, did you explain this? But we basically the beginning part of this is we go through one at a time. We each axe a game off the list. If everybody concurs with
we put forth a game for sacrifice, and if everyone is okay with it or not okay with it, or summarily beaten down enough that they're willing to let it die, then we all agree we exit off from the list and we continue on from
there. And then
there.
once we get to a top 10 list, we break it down into a top 5 and bottom 5. The bottom 5 aren't ranked, but then when we get to the top 5, it becomes like that's when the gloves really come off and like the fists start flying.
Yeah.
I'm willing to accept that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just to like who cares if the game's ranked like 8 or 9, right?
So the way it's going to work is by the end of these 25 games, we're going to have a list of 10. We're going to have a 5-way tie for 6th, and then we're going to have 5 games in ranked 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
We're all cool with that?
Okay.
Yeah, we cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I can kick things off because we'll just do the same order that we did earlier.
How convenient.
All right.
All right, fine, Mike,
look
go.
at the top of this list. Like I was there for the thing, and I don't remember Hatsune Miku, Project Diva, Future Tone being mentioned, so that's off the list.
Let's not be too hasty.
All right, I feel like you're in the middle of a lion's pit right now because none of us have played this game.
Listen, Matt, I appreciate and I understand what like the outsider art type thing that you're trying to do
Dude,
here
like,
is.
3 of these games come out every year.
This one has over 200 plus songs.
Listen, Matt, no offense, but I've dropped Trow to Hatsune Miku more than 2
I didn't need to
times.
know that. I really was happier not
Yeah.
knowing that.
All right, all in favor.
Well, can I?
Matt, I'm willing to let you eulogize Miss Miku.
Well, I'm all right with letting this go because technically this is an English re-release of the Japanese version that came out last year.
Oh, well, then
And
it's trash.
everyone knows that if you want to actually get into the lore, you actually have to get the original Japanese version.
All right.
That's the only reason.
Okay,
I'm
I
letting
think
it
that's
go
the only
right
reason
now.
I didn't like it, and the
Yeah.
problem, like it's my fault really for not getting into
For
the
me,
original
that whole
stuff.
character peaked when like she appeared on Letterman, and David Letterman had to acknowledge a fucking like holographic Japanese girl.
Yeah,
like,
that
you know.
ruled.
I mean, the moment that Tupac was on peer with her, then
Because
the whole thing
Tupac
peaked.
was a human being who lived at one point,
Wasn't
unlike
Hatsune Miku?
Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, that's a very convenient theory.
Oh, sorry. Maybe my lore is messed up. I thought at some point she had died in the past and then became a weird holographic effigy.
Gross and terrifying. So yeah, Hatsune Miku, Godspeed, Christian Soldier. She's off the list. Now, Matt, what's your rebuttal? What's your
retaliation,
retribution?
I will be removing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
no, you will not.
Seconds.
Sorry.
What alternative do you have for sacrifice in lieu of the fact that 3 of 5 of us are not going to let you do that?
Middle Earth: Shadow of War.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It didn't make anybody's list despite several people playing it.
I'm so glad that you let me put on Starbound so that I could kick Middle Earth Shadow of War off my list.
It's a game that had some kind of cool moments. There, like if you listen to one of the earlier episodes we did this year, I discussed a really awesome moment I had in video games this year when like 6 or 7 emergent moments happened in Middle Earth Shadow of War that were really cool, but the game sucks. It's got a bad story. They do this really... The last act is fucking horrible, which is just you repeating like one of the lesser interesting parts of that game 20 times in successive difficulty that requires you to buy their fucking loot boxes. So yeah, no, like I think there are worse games than this on our list, but no, it's not going to make the top 10.
It's not
Get
a
it
good
off.
game and it deserves to be
I mean, loot boxes are going to make the top 10, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
As a
Oh,
concept?
fuck, we forgot Battlefront 2, guys.
No, we didn't.
Nobody played it. Nobody cares.
I'm joking.
All right, Kelly, you can nominate it to be off the list.
Why?
Matt.
I mean, why is it on here? I mean, I understand that it wasn't released until now, but Star Fox 2?
Star Fox 2 came out this year.
Is it better than 10 other games on this list?
I just wanted to say that Star Fox 2 came out this
Hey guys,
year.
Star Fox 2 came out this year. Delete.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty neat idea for a game had it came out in the mid-90s.
It's cool that they released a game on the Super Nintendo engine in 2017. I will give them that.
Yeah,
Bold
that's like,
move.
I feel like that's worth a sentence or two on this podcast,
Yeah,
and now
but
we can get rid of it.
I've got a library of games I've worked on that I haven't released yet, and if I release them in 2020, I feel like people aren't going to be clapping.
Hatsune
Well,
Miku had over 200 plus songs.
no. Oh, now I feel bad for nominating it
You're right. You
first.
should have
Like,
waited one
I think it
round.
deserved
Yes.
it more than first.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
just-
Matt. That was
yeah.
my own fault. I'm sorry.
Okay, David.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find my list here.
Got you all flustered.
Walking Dead: A New Frontier. I don't know who played that, and I've mostly heard bad things about
Yeah,
it.
I played it and it's mostly bad.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that's easy. All right, and delete.
I think
Is
this
that
year,
Batman one
this
still there?
year more
No,
than
we got rid of the Batman one because it didn't come out this year.
this
Yeah.
year more than any other year has been a little bit of a testament. I noticed with like Kelly and my list at least, like we put a lot of games on that we were like a little reluctant to put on just because like we've been quite busy to the point where we have not
No,
played
I
that
played
many
more
games.
games that came out in 2007 than I did 2017.
Guess that's growing up.
So fuck 2017, I
All right,
guess.
Dave, you got this.
Dave just went.
As when
Now it's my
No
turn.
worries.
So I feel like as the only one that played this game, I feel like it's only right for me to kind of kill this baby. I'm Xing off Nier Automata.
Yeah, I
Dude,
feel,
there are other games you could probably take off the list.
Yeah,
first.
but like if it's
But
below
it's not
top,
gonna make
if
the
you-
top
if you don't
10.
think it's gonna make top 10, like it's all
I can't defend it. If I played it in 2017, I probably would have defended it because I love that series.
It's a weird thing because this is a game that didn't hit for me, but I know this game is either a very big hit or a very big miss for people. Like it hasn't.
Did
it
you
has,
play all the secret endings or
yeah,
whatever? the
I
fuck?
played endings A through F.
Dude,
like, I saw it.
I'll
I
tell you
got
what.
it.
I'll come in 2018. I'll tell you you're wrong, and we can get our rocks off then.
That's fine. I'm happy to hear that. Like I'm very excited for an April podcast when you start yelling at me for deleting this off the top 10
Her
list.
butt is so firm.
Gross.
to
Actually
goody.
gross.
No, I mean, I feel like this game has a lot of potential and it has its definite fan base. So I'm a little surprised that it's going off this quickly. But you're right; it's probably not going to make the top 10 because nobody plays. it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I'm not going for the easiest answer right now. I'm going for the one that I feel like I want to eulogize the game a little bit because it has some really interesting conceits to it. It has a very what's the developer's name again? Kelly, please.
Yokotaro?
It's got a very Yokotaro story, which is it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the demo in itself was probably my favorite demo that I've played of that year. Probably better than a lot of the games that I've played, but
it has some things that I liked, but I feel like if nothing else, before I started playing that game, I started playing it because people I whose opinions I generally trust said it has one of the most interesting, intrinsic, amazing, out of left field endings of like any game they've played in a long time. And I got to like the true ending, and I was subsequently kind of underwhelmed. Like it's interesting what they do, but I don't know. Like, if I have to play the same game over 3 times to get to an ending and that ending isn't that good, it's not on my top 10 list, so I'm okay with
All right, I
killing
don't think
it.
anybody's really
Wait.
going to debate you that hard on that. So
question.
Yo,
Can we put Monster Hunter World
No.
Beta on here?
No, fuck that. No,
Kelly, no.
I played it at Kelly.
Okay,
I'm not
so
saying
I've
no.
been playing it. It's good.
Hey, Kelly, we can bring this up. Okay, all right, fine, Kelly, here's the deal. You can put the beta up on here, so it won't make the top 10 list, or, and this is a partition, this is an or when it comes out next year, you get to put it on the list. That's the deal.
I'll go or.
Okay, yeah, I thought
But
you
I'm not
would.
gonna play it next year because I'm gonna abstain because I'm a strong boy with a big willpower.
no, you're
You're
not.
not, you're
no, you're
You're
not.
gonna play
and
the
you're
shit
not.
out of that game. Okay?
Okay.
No.
So I see when I nominated Hatsune Miku, I didn't realize it was a Matt pick, and then that Matt only has like a couple contributions to the list. I didn't want to axe a Matt pick so early, so I apologize in advance. And I'm axing a Kelly honorable mention and Simulacra.
Yeah, it's a good game. Not
Because it didn't
top
even
10.
make his top 8. Sorry, no, David a top 8. It didn't even make Kelly's top 10. It's not going to make the overall top 10.
Yeah.
None of
Goodbye,
you played
Simulacra.
it.
Yeah, that's
I played
fine.
it.
That makes sense.
It's a good game though.
Okay, whichever one of you is deleting the thing without actually deleting the row is
Oh, how do I do
it's
that?
upsetting.
Oh, delete
you
row?
Click on it. You click on the row and you hit
Well,
delete
why don't
row.
just one of you have?
Yeah, just let Norris do it because he's got
Yeah.
the computer.
It's so
But-
satisfying,
Yeah,
though.
he says it, and then like as soon as he's done, he like
Just
just
hits the delete button.
yeah. Which
Oh,
is
it's so
like a big man.
satisfying.
finality to it.
Yeah. All right, sorry, I
Matt.
won't do that anymore.
Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played, but I don't know if that's going to be top 10.
It was my 10 of 10, and
pretty
I don't think it's going to be the thing that's going to get much traction here, so that's fine.
All right, cool.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Dave, as the one person who's played it,
If you
Killed
can,
19.
Not this round.
no, not
There
this
there are
round.
other games on there. I think you should take.
you
off
got to
first.
remember it's not necessarily like killed like in order. Like the order doesn't matter until the top
Yeah, like
10.
there's a 5-way tie for 6th, and
I
then
know.
I guess there's a 15-way tie for 11th.
Okay, I'll kill one of mine because I could possibly see myself playing Mass Effect Andromeda more than this game. Friday the 13th. Basically Dead by Daylight with Jason.
Thank you.
You're the one who will be able to defend it. So it's gone.
Both of those games are all right. They got their merits. It's just got Jason in it rather than Michael Myers.
David?
Fortnite Battle Royale. I'll take one of mine as well.
That's the correct
That
answer.
wasn't a bad one.
Wait, did PUBG come out this year or was that last year?
This year.
Technically this year.
It didn't okay, it actually technically came out this year because it's apparently getting released in a week.
Okay.
But none of us played it, right?
No. We all probably watched streams of it, but that doesn't qualify us to
Well, it
No,
qualifies me to vote because that's the only way I can possibly vote on anything.
Well, I mean, if one of us had put it on our list of our own games, I would maybe consider it. But since no one put it on our personal list, then that has no traction. I'm sorry.
For me, it's weird because it feels like that genre of game is going to peak. Like it's come up in 2017, and I feel like it's going to become the new MOBA.
I don't think it's going to last much longer.
No,
honestly.
probably not. But it is
Yeah.
going to be the new MOBA, in my opinion.
So we have 17 games left here, and I see 16 very good games. It's going to start getting difficult, and one that I don't think you're going to fight me on this one, Kelly. I'm going to get rid of Absolver.
Okay, wait. Let me check to see if it's better than any of the games in here. Yeah. There's one in here that I think it's probably
It
better.
doesn't matter though because it's top 10 or nothing.
It's because I feel like we're other than Injustice 2. I feel like a lot of us have prejudice against PvP games. Like none of us play PvP.
Yeah, Destiny 2 fucking ruled.
I do a little bit. I play a lot of Hearthstone, Kelly.
All right, fine. But I feel like the Absolver really peaked. Like it gets good at its PvP and the way that it handles its PvP.
Then give it its eulogy. Espouse its virtues as we push it off to Valhalla.
It's going to grab onto that stupid cat that ran out of college, and it's going to drag itself away into hell.
You fucking try.
Because Absolver, at its core, has more interesting concepts than that stupid 2D platformer with stories about a cat that is depressed because it's a millennial.
You haven't played Night in the Woods. Don't do this. Don't do this.
So-
Don't
Damn,
do
you how to
this.
do it.
I mean,
All right.
it's gonna drunken punch and good gameplay its way apparently out of the list. While Night in the Woods is gonna stay.
That's the last thing
So,
they ever said about Absolver.
Mike. Now it gets hard.
Okay, I'm gonna. I see this pot. This pot's a little bland right now. I'm gonna slice up a bit of controversy and sprinkle it into the pot. Goodbye, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. I don't think that deserves to be top 10, and I will argue that it doesn't, and I will fight to make sure that it doesn't, because that game, it made me. Like I said before. There's a good game under there. Unfortunately, you have to account for all the kind of the garbage that Bethesda, or not even Bethesda
Machine
the
Games.
publisher.
Machine Games made this.
They bogged down their own game, and they are themselves to blame about making their game not as good as it could be.
I'm still not totally convinced that you're not bad at video
I saw 5 minutes
games.
of this with Norris, and
Fuck. They're the
I
game.
know that there's crazier shit than what I saw, and I want to know about it.
There's some of the best moments in video games. Not even
No, I agree.
Nothing that I played, but some of the best cutscenes in video games. Not even this year, in the last decade,
But
happened in Wolfenstein.
But
2.
part of a game is the gameplay itself, and when the game does not facilitate you playing it in a way which is the most enjoyable way, it really hampers it down. And like I said,
get good, you scrub. Okay?
Yeah, Dave, there's nothing bad with playing on baby
fucking
mode.
wait for you to crank this down to baby sucking the pacifier difficulty to beat
If
it.
you
We'll
don't
let the YouTube comments aside, okay?
if you have more fun playing on the easiest difficulty, there's literally nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there is. When the difficulty is called "Don't Hurt Me, Daddy" or whatever
but that's it's a joke. Suck it up, bitch.
Mike, no one's sizing out your dick. It's fine.
And plus, I have never played that game, but I think it's better than Hipster Cat.
I am judging the size of my dick, and I felt my dick shrink a little bit as I had to crank the difficulty down to beat it. And
Can you find something that's easier to cut here?
I don't think that this game deserves to be in the top 10, and that's why I'm cutting it now.
I think the majority of people disagree with you.
I mean, it's a weird thing. Like the two people that played this game actually kind of agree. Like I feel like. Wow. Yeah, Mike needs to get good. It's not that.
I am perfectly adequate. I'll have you know.
Okay, we can cut this as long as it's noted for the record that Mike needs to get good.
The bigger thing I want to say is like it's not that like I played it on like not the easiest but the next up difficulty, and it wasn't that it was like routinely super difficult. It's that I kind of got bored with the combat at a certain point in time. So
I feel like if you are getting hit, there's probably usually a wall you can hide behind.
All right, but that's the thing. Like, BJ fucking Blazkowicz does not hide behind walls.
Well, the first time first time not hiding behind a wall kills you, don't hide behind a wall.
That's the thing, is that BJ Blazkowicz does not hide behind walls.
It's a game where you pick up health and armor. I feel like you should look for that.
In a game that like allows you to dual wield shotguns, why should I like choose the route of hiding behind
you keep
cover?
Dying.
So like at risk of like revealing my own hand here, but like who the fuck cares about Pyre? Can we just not
nobody but Norris?
Like,
no, it was gonna be easy cut for me.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay,
yeah.
sorry.
No, this is my.
Don't worry, you still got hipster feeling.
All right, you know what?
you
Fine.
have
Like
that
I will redouble my efforts. Goodbye, Cat in the Woods.
Yeah, actually, I'm down with that. Fuck that.
Me too.
Fuck that cat.
Should have done a STEM career in cat degree.
Yeah, exactly.
Cat studies.
And like I feel actually, you know what? I shouldn't cut Cat in the Woods because Norris had my back during that.
Yeah.
No, he told you to get good.
Get rid of Pyre.
In Pyre, Pyre.
Yeah, get the other one that he hit.
Yeah.
That
No,
Norris
he liked Cat in the Woods more than Pyre, I think.
listen, there are a scant handful of indie games on here, and the one I feel like I'm gonna get the most purchase with is not Night in the Woods or Pyre. That being said, I hate you all so fucking much.
Listen, I'm sorry Undertale didn't come out this year, baby.
Ugh. That fucking game.
Okay, so I'm deleting.
Sorry, I know everyone loves that game. But...
I'm deleting Pyre.
All right.
Done. Matt, it's now your turn.
Wolfenstein 2.
That is such a good bit that I'm going to allow it. Yeah. That's such a good bit. So,
Matt, I appreciate that. Okay, do Night in the Woods and I'll do Wolfenstein because I feel like Night in the Woods needs to die before
No,
this part's funnier. This part's funnier.
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Only it's funny.
Look, I got what I came for. Is this game not making top 10?
All right, yeah.
And Dave, I cannot wait. I should have brought it. Damn it! Why didn't I bring it?
Okay. We have 13 games left.
Okay.
So there's a platforming animated game that I think needs to come off this list.
No.
Cuphead?
Wait, is it Cuphead or
I don't think
Night
that
in the
game
Woods?
deserves top 10.
Fuck you. No, that game is staying on this.
So you don't want Cuphead to leave?
Listen, all right.
The devil's part.
So take off Night in the Woods.
That's fine. Yeah, like I knew Night in the Woods wasn't gonna make the top 10. Despite my stirring rhetoric about how good that game is, and some people in this place would love it. Not you. You're a scrub. That's fine. But
I like that part where the leaves move.
I kind of want Cuphead to stay just because I loved how mad the nerds got when that dude couldn't play good. Like that to me was like one of the better stories of the year.
That was a good game.
So I'm gonna do this right now. Okay, before I click delete and Night in the Woods goes away. Night in the Woods is a really good game. It's not for everybody.
And Norris, trust me, I'm gonna put it on my wish list. The second that game goes on sale, I'm gonna buy it.
There is a special place in my heart for games that are heartfelt and small and indie and tell an interesting story that is very resonant in this world right now. And I truly appreciated Night in the Woods, even if these fucking Philistines didn't like it because it didn't hurt them hard enough. Goodbye, Night in the Woods. You're too good for us all.
Look, in a world where there's a Call of Duty every year and a FIFA every year, I don't know why you'd play this game. So.
Dude, you're right. FIFA came out this year.
Oh, hell yeah. Why is that on the list?
Yeah. Messi?
Hey, Dave, it's your turn. We have 12 games left. We need 2 cut before we get into the top 10.
Per no, okay. The Surge.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
It was not the best Dark Souls like this year, Kelly. So I'm going to take it off the list.
That is true, but I feel like there is a certain RPG with space elements that is not as good as the Surge.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's talking about Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, that?
I feel like
he's not going to cut Mass Effect Andromeda.
No, I'm dying on this hill. Yeah.
Dave, I reinforce that position.
It Oh, it's so much better. I mean,
It's better than expected, which I think
actually,
is
you know
like
what?
a really great thing to
I'll
say.
be a bigger man, and I'll say that you've experienced both of those games. So yeah, it's up to you. The Surge or Andromeda. Which of our babies do you want to kill? And
I
only
know.
one of them is our
And
babies.
I feel like, Kelly, I want it to be one of us who kills it rather than anybody else. I don't want them to touch this.
Yeah, don't let-
this is the way of
spoil
honor.
this.
This feels right. You killing it
exactly.
actually.
If the Surge is gonna like spill its guts on the floor, I'm gonna cut its head off right at the moment.
If I was
so.
if I was editing this podcast, I would put the medbay music in there
Oh yeah,
because it's just so country and calming
pretty
and cathartic.
So the Surge is going off.
Oh, Sergi boy.
All right. Amazing.
The pipes are calling.
It's a good fucking game though.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
So Mass Effect Andromeda.
Well, I couldn't escape much longer.
Yeah, Dave. Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's a look at this fucking list.
I would say that probably Destiny 2 could come up first.
No, actually no.
I think the amount of time that you guys have collectively spent like playing and talking about Destiny 2, if you ended up hating it in the end, like
Yeah.
If I spent money on Andromeda though, I'd probably play
Kelly,
more.
can I remind you of that time that you, me, Jack, and Carter, and two dudes from Halifax beat those dogs, and we were so happy.
We could have done that IRL. Could have hired some dogs from
Yeah.
the kennel and just punched them.
hell yeah, dude.
Don't do that.
That's horrible.
Probably
That's
shouldn't
horrible.
have.
That's just horrible. Mass Effect Andromeda. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye. You're
We're
better
now
than
in our
me.
top
Norris,
10.
you've got no. We have 11.
We have 10. No,
Oh,
it's
shit.
2 to 11, dog.
Oh
Do
shit.
math.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind. I bet name is the first game.
Okay, so I'm gonna read off our 10 games remaining right now in no specific order. And now we're gonna figure this out from here. We're gonna start reordering. We have Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. We have Neo. We have Horizon Zero Dawn. We have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We have Persona 5. We have Injustice 2. We have Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition. We have Destiny 2, Cuphead, and Super Mario Odyssey. And Mike, you are on the docket.
Okay, so I think we're all happy that a Matt pick made the top 10.
Yeah, I was gonna.
But you got to
just go
say,
ahead and
Matt, you got to ask yourself deep down inside, do you think that Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition is going to make the top 5? And I know it's your number one. However, I do not believe that it is going to contend against some of the heavy hitters that we have this year. And like I said, I am very happy that a Matt pick made the top 10, and I'm willing to leave it be in like the tie for 6.
I did not touch Pillars of Eternity because I wanted you to be included.
Thanks,
so.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
your fucking charity.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows that we like you more than Norris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Because we kept picking off his games.
Yeah.
We
Look,
felt bad.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna get in the top 5. I think it's a great RPG.
Oh, I have no doubt.
a classic one. But like it is very niche. So yeah, I'm not gonna fight this.
Okay, so yeah, we got Pillars of Eternity as a 6 to 10.
It's a game that's on my list of games I wish I one day will have time to play, but no, I never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pillars of
Matt.
Eternity 2 though.
Now over to you.
Well, like I think this is more free flowing, right? Like it's not like
Well, we can.
It is more free flowing, but we're like it's still like in an order thing. If you put a name forward and enough of us scream at you
It's
hard enough,
once we get to the top 5, then it kind of just becomes a shouting match.
Persona 5.
I would concur because I have not played it.
I'm feeling it. I was actually thinking that on this list so
See,
far.
the bad thing about this is I like Persona 5 and I like Cuphead for basically the same reasons, and that's their animations. So
both are way more than just their animations, and you know that. You know that.
No.
But if you want my opinion, like at least 2 of us played Persona 5. Only one of us played Cuphead.
That's true. Only one of us played Cuphead.
But it seemed like neither of you guys had super strong opinions about Persona 5.
It was
You put
only
them-
it
put
was
them on
only
the list.
because it's a big game and we know how much it's going to take, but we probably will enjoy every moment of that.
I have pretty strong opinions about Persona 5. Persona 5 fucking rules. It's a very good game. I still put 20-something hours into it, which is a long time.
How many hours you put in Cuphead?
Like 11, 12?
Haha, it's less.
That's not
Yeah.
well. That's not.
That's
yeah.
Less
Oh,
less
you
of
know
your
what the
life.
best game of the year is? It's Crusader Kings again.
For the 7th year in a row.
Put 300
Well,
hours into
guys,
You know how to do them.
let me open the envelope. Dark Souls. Oh my God!
oh my
Again?
God.
How that happened?
By God, is that Dark Souls music?
I know.
my God, it's Dark Souls.
No joke, I think I put 40 hours into Bloodborne this year.
Nice.
Good ass game. Dead ass. Good ass
so,
game.
like, are we saying no to Persona 5? Are you saying that Persona 5 is going to be in this top 5?
I think
it's
Look,
pretty crowded.
I can tell you right now I'm not tell you, but I have my eyes on the top 3,
Mhm.
and that I do not think are going to be contested. And that leaves there's wiggle room for basically 7 games competing for 2 spots at this point.
There's going to be some tiers.
Persona 5 is going to be one of the 6. I think that's okay.
yeah.
I think the Cuphead should go up before Persona 5.
I think you should get fucked.
It doesn't,
personally.
Kelly. Though it doesn't matter if Persona 5 and then if Cuphead goes next, it doesn't matter because they're all in the 6 to 10 range, which are all equal.
Just saying, I would listen to the Persona 5 soundtrack before I would Cuphead.
It's fucking.
It's
okay.
all dudes and dits.
Did you?
So, dude,
First of all, did you hear that like smoky jazz rendition that the Dice Man says when you walk into the Dice Man's house and he says, "Oh, you need enough souls to get past this checkpoint."
And then it goes dudes and dits. Doots and dits.
you were convincing me that Cuphead is going to the top 5. That's all.
that's all I want right now.
Like it is not like it is no longer about the game. It is now about stopping you.
Yes.
Persona
So
5
Kelly.
goes, I guess. right?
Persona 5 is one of our 6s. Yes.
I want to. Okay, so what are we on? 7 or 6?
We have.
In fact, you know what? I would wager in my head that I know
We have
4
8
of the
games
top
left.
5 right now.
You should write it.
I
down.
don't think you do.
I'm gonna
'cause
write it down
actually-
right now. Okay, so okay,
Mike, yeah, write down your fucking Kreshkin list right now, and then we'll see how close you were when we actually are done.
Okay, so Destiny 2?
Fuck.
Wow, really?
I don't see
It's
that.
I'm with Kelly.
It's not a long single player, and then the multiplayer sucks.
It's a good single player, and the multiplayer was so much fun. I
But
don't
like we actually all played that game as opposed to a lot of games in this
But then you
list
guys
were-
actively told me that you hate it now and you stopped playing.
No,
that's not a good
just
sign.
you. We stopped playing because we were done because there's other things to play. We're not all Spurg
Then it's
monsters
a
who play the
failed
same game until
Then
we're
it's a
dead.
failed multiplayer game.
No, it's not. It's
No,
fine.
I
It's fine if
disagree
a
with
game. If it's fine if you've finished playing a
How
game.
many people
when
are
you're
playing
done playing
CS:GO
it.
still? Millions. It's because it's a good goddamn multiplayer game.
probably-
CS:GO wins again.
Oh my god!
Like Destiny prizes itself to be a long tail game. It failed at its long tail.
Listen,
Look,
like Bungie might want it to be that, but that's not how I ingested or what I expected of that
No,
game.
okay. Here's the thing. I appreciate the point of view that you are bringing to this, in that like I was with you for a lot of that. Like I enjoyed the camaraderie that we got from Destiny, but I think that it fell short on a lot of the sort of things that the people who play this kind of game were hoping it would deliver, which is a lot of long-term lasting content.
I don't care what those people want.
Yeah, that's like
You had a good.
I'm sorry that you both are so swayed by the fact that the internet Spurg lords are upset that it wasn't as content
That's
rich
not
as
what I'm
Destiny
saying
1.
at all.
That's
Like-
exactly what you're saying. You're being like, well, everyone on the internet's mad because
But
it didn't have as
I'm
much
one of those
content
people.
as
Like,
Destiny 1.
I am-
I got like 500 legendary Ingrams and not one item that I wanted. That's
Okay.
a bad game.
Okay.
It's not a okay. It's not a bad game. First of all,
I think we need to like go back in time a little bit, because there was like a solid month where you guys were doing nothing but talking about like Destiny 2.
Precisely. It's
And,
at least
like,
number 5.
As someone who was not playing Destiny 2, it was fucking annoying. So it better make this list.
I think that is
I am fucking hard campaigning for Destiny 2 being number
Fine.
5.
I'm glad you had a good
I
virgin
think-
MMO experience,
I
Norris.
think that it's a good. I think that it's a
I
great.
played EverQuest, you fucking...
I said Norris, not Dave. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care what you did.
Dave, you and I are in accord on this one, right? Fuck Kelly.
All right, tell me then. What do you want, Cuphead or Injustice?
Injustice.
I know you guys are looking to me right now.
I don't think
Yeah.
I think Injustice deserves to be higher up because
No,
I think like as much as I don't even like fighting games, I enjoy like what you guys are.
I gotta be honest. Like, I mean, like one person played Cuphead, one person played Super Mario, one person played Resident Evil. I think any of those games could go over a game we all played. So
I think Cuphead before Injustice, dude.
I'm
Because it's
okay
more
with
unique,
with
maybe.
any of those three
Because
that you just mentioned.
Because of all the things that Norris said, where we're playing together and we're having fun and we're jerking each other off. None of us did that in Cuphead. A bunch of us did that in Injustice 2.
I'm okay with. I will honestly be okay with any of the three that you just mentioned, Dave.
I feel like Injustice 2 and Cuphead could go 6th. So like we could do that right now.
I
if
would
we
not.
also
I would
desire.
put Resident Evil lower than Injustice.
As the one making the as the one putting forward the sacrifice, I would say Cuphead over Injustice.
Again, the way this works is this is all tied for 6th. So right now we're not putting anything over anything else. There are 4
Do we
games.
wanna
I'm
say-
putting over Cuphead. I'm putting Cuphead.
Do you want to
in
say
front of
Resident
Injustice.
Evil and Cuphead?
I don't
go
think
down
Resident
right now?
Evil.
They
is-
annihilate each other.
Yeah.
I think Resident Evil kills Cuphead.
what about Neo? I would give up Neo pretty quickly.
I'm
Okay.
willing to. I'm
Every
willing to back
time
that.
someone
horse.
mentions Neo, I always think they're talking about Nier Automata.
Yeah, that's me too. Like I forget. I mix those games up in my head constantly.
I mean, like if this was my list, I would say Neo would also be in the gang of 6th.
I don't
Nice.
think that's true.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you have feelings then, I guess. Personally,
Kelly, I think you
but-
got too many games and not enough numbers on this list right now. Like you're
Oh,
fighting
yeah.
too hard for too many games right now. You need to
Would you
like.
support? Would you? Well, okay. Shit, I don't know what to do now.
I would do Neo over Injustice. To be honest, I would put
Do you
Neo.
want-
I would put Injustice up on the block before Neo.
Okay, I'll take Injustice off.
All right,
Really?
sounds good.
How about we take Neo off, Resident Evil 7 off, and Cuphead off as like a
I don't-
grand compromise?
Like I think y'all are saying it. Resident Evil 7 is worse than the whatever you want to be top 5, only because you didn't play it, which I feel is unfair.
Well, Pillars of
it's-
Eternity, the game of the year, Matthew's game of the year,
Yeah.
was the first to be cut.
What about a high 6 for Resident Evil?
It's all 6. There's no
It's all
high
6.
6.
Yeah, it's a high 6.
High
This
6,
is
yeah,
high
the-
6.
Listen, there's a
hey,
high.
hey,
Of
listen.
course, it's a high 6.
Hey, if we put down Injustice right now, if we put down Neo, it's just as good as Pillars of
Listen, if
Eternity.
there's a high
according to our
C
rubric.
and a high 5, there's got to be a high 6.
Yeah, it's a high 6, dude. Don't worry.
High 6.
Cut it. Cut it.
Okay, so
It's a high
what
6,
are
yeah.
we doing right now? What's happening?
I think we are cutting Neo.
No. Wait.
No,
I
was
thought
it
cutting
on-
Injustice
oh,
first.
sorry.
Then I'm
I
cutting Injustice
Resident
2.
Evil,
I have sacrificed Injustice 2.
Injustice 2, and Cuphead. Those are 3 ones that one person had played, essentially. I guess, no, you also played Injustice.
Yeah, but I cannot appreciate that game to the
Right.
level that
Like
these
it was
guys
four-
can.
four of us played Injustice.
I liked
2.
it. I liked Injustice too, but like I don't know or really like appreciate fighting games enough to really like I appreciate like the things you guys were saying were like Rocksteady. Was it Rocksteady? No, they do the Arkham games.
NetherRealm Studios. but-
okay, let's
They
just
stand by their games though, which is
Look, I gotta
nice
go
to
to
see.
sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
Matt. It's not even 10 o'clock. Okay, I know you wake up early, but it's not even 10 o'clock.
We'll
You
be
know
on
what you're
This
getting
is an
into.
important event.
Yeah, you're right.
This is an annual event. I'm going to say a number of things right now, and I feel like I'm just going to like call this up to 5th right now, okay? We have 2 empty slots for 6th, and we have a 5th place, okay? Those 2 empty slots in 6th should be Cuphead and Neo.
Oh,
No, you know what? As one of the advocates for Neo, I think that Neo is worse than Resident Evil 7, and I want it to be in the top 5.
You want Resident Evil to be in the top 5.
I want Resident Evil to be in the top 5.
What do we honestly all feel about Super Mario Odyssey? Because
I think it's
I have-
delightful.
I've
Whoa,
heard nothing but I've heard nothing
No?
but good. I think Mario Odyssey is either 4 or 5.
Yeah, me too. In fact,
how about Breath
I
of the
haven't
Wild?
played.
Okay, here
You know what, Dave?
Here's what I'm.
Dave, it's your call.
Here's
If you
what-
want to put Breath of the Wild up on the block, it's up to you, dog.
no, Dave just went. This is me now.
Did he?
I didn't go.
That's
No,
not
he
how
hasn't done.
You killed Injustice 2, I thought.
I killed Injustice
He's
That's
2.
because
Okay,
there are
shit.
no rules anymore.
Dave's
It's
turn,
just-
yeah.
yeah,
No,
it's
let it flow.
starting to all melt together. All right,
Right,
It's
we're
not.
trying-
I
we're
can
trying to
tell you,
deal here.
Dave. There's not a lot I would fight you on, but
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the
you
Wild
would.
is one of them that I will fight you on.
Do it. Just
And
to...
I have like no horses
Let's
in this
kill.
fight.
Let's kill Neo.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Look.
Fuck
we-
yeah.
Okay, so now we have Norris. What are you
Good
gonna
ass.
assassinate your baby Cuphead?
That
No,
is a
fuck
real
no.
good
I'm not
game.
going to do
They
that
don't
at all
know.
if I don't have to.
You
These
kinda have
Philistines
to.
don't know.
You kind of have
These
to.
are basically all your babies now.
It's either Cuphead or a Resident Evil.
Okay, yeah,
As I'm
okay.
telling you right now, it's Cuphead or Resident Evil.
So show of hands, who thinks Cuphead is better than Resident Evil 7?
How can anyone possibly
No,
answer that if none of us have played either
One
of those
person-
games?
Who is more politically attuned to vote for Cuphead over Resident Evil 7?
Here's the thing: is that I will only the only reason I would vote for Resident Evil is because Resident Evil 6 was like a steaming like pile of like flaming feces.
Yeah, but imagine your mom has a real abusive, bad stepfather. Then they
Alright, so,
divorce, and then they have
Resident
a
Evil
Resident Evil
is-
6.
Resident Evil 7 is number 6.
Number 6.
No,
Yeah.
All right, done.
no. Cuphead is beautiful. It's a nice looking game. It has
It's a
good.
very nice playing game. It's an amazing fun game. When you play, you'll have
I've
a lot
played
of fun.
some
It's a great game.
I've played some platformers. It's cool.
Guys, this is a really easy way to avoid this controversy, which is to put Super Mario on the deck.
Yeah, put Super Mario on the last
But
6.
no,
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Replace.
Put Destiny 2 on the last 6, dog.
That'd
No.
be funny.
No,
God damn it.
Actually,
I'll put
I
Cuphead
would
before
move-
Destiny 2.
Then put Cuphead
Then put-
before Destiny 2.
Then
I
put
think that's what
Destiny.
it might
Then
be.
then axe Destiny 2.
No, I'll
Yes.
put Cuphead on 6 before I'll put Destiny 2 on
Then
6.
put Cuphead on 6.
then
Put Cuphead on 6. Yeah. There we go. Your true colors were just revealed.
You've done
there.
it. You're
All
right.
Yeah,
You've solved the
really,
problem.
You really cornered yourself there.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna tell you right now that Resident Evil. Okay.
Okay,
okay.
shh. We need to like
Okay.
give a bit of an update now. Okay, so
So
we have a 5-way tie for 6th place for Super Hopped Up's Game of the Year. That
Honored to
5-way
be
tie,
nominated.
in no shape, in no order, in no preference, are Neo, Injustice 2, Pillars of Eternity, Complete Edition, Persona 5, and Cuphead.
all great games.
All
Okay.
great games.
All
Yeah.
great games.
All a 5-way tie for our 6th favorite game of the year.
I mean, a five-way is a good time.
yeah.
I will take your
Always a
word
good
for
time.
it.
It's embarrassing.
Well,
Yeah.
but it's uneven, so one person would be left out for
Yeah.
most of it.
You've
Yeah.
got 2 hands.
This is true.
So this is actually going kind of the way I thought it would. Here comes the next big fight. What's 5th? Resident Evil 7 or Super
Destiny
Mario
2.
Odyssey? It's
Destiny
Resident
2
Evil
is
7.
Destiny. It has to be
Destiny
Destiny 2.
2.
It
Come
has
on.
to be Destiny 2.
Come on,
Destiny
Destiny
speak
2.
it, man.
Resident Evil 7 is so much better than Destiny 2.
Actually, you know what? Oh, I want Destiny 2 to be higher than Resident Evil.
Oh no!
Like,
you
Kelly,
just want to do that vindictively.
Kelly, I'm
when in
no-
reality, RE7 is like.
Kelly, I'm so
What
sorry
ga-
that I don't
what
know.
world do you think we're in? Of course,
like,
we want to do it vindictively.
Capcom done me wrong too many times.
I
for
don't
me
care
to
what Capcom has done to you. They made a good game. They
Yeah,
hired
but
most.
like when you have so many tries at it,
They
like,
hired most of the PT staff. They made a good game. And like Destiny 2, sure, had some fun moments where we were all buddies and stuff, but I hate you most of the time, and I would rather hang out with my new family in RE7.
Well, that's just
Well,
you.
that's why you have your personal list.
I'm fine with Destiny 2 at number 5 and Resident Evil at number 4.
I
wonder if you
also am
guys think
similar.
about
This is
that.
gonna be
That
Matt.
makes-
This is Matt.
That makes Super Mario Odyssey number 3 for sure.
Or does it make it higher than that?
It
No.
just, it absolutely
not.
just
No,
not.
it
It
does
is
not.
not
No,
going.
not
I'm
even
sorry,
a little
but
bit.
Matt,
Yeah.
you're the tiebreaker for Destiny and Resident Evil. Having played neither of these games, what's the Matt vibe right now?
Like honestly,
He wants to go home. I know, but
yeah, well, yes, but like, I just remember you guys talked so much about Destiny 2 to the point where it's like, why even go on the podcast? Because you guys are just going to talk about
Or
Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were crazy obsessed with
I
that
mean,
game.
I think-
have
I
no
s-
idea how you're having this kind of like mental erasure where you're going, oh, actually, it's really bad when you get to the
I know
end
why.
game content.
I seem to recall my review of RE7 was like, I really love this game. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Go fucking play it.
And we ignored you.
And
I
then
know.
that was the last episode because none of us were playing it.
It wasn't that we ignored you. It was that like a lot of good games
A lot of
came
games
out this
now this
year.
year, yeah.
It was a busy
Yeah.
year. You know
It's
what?
the same as when
Hey,
Alien Isolation came out. I was like, this
Okay,
game is
so-
amazing. Go play it. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Also, yeah, I guess
Destiny
horror
2,
games are
you
really
shoot
not my
some
thing.
fucking aliens.
Okay, let me give you a radical new
no.
idea here.
Horizon Zero Dawn, 5th place.
No.
Legend of Zelda is number 5.
No.
Actually, yeah, Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda is out. Hatsune Miku is in.
we got a pinch number 2.
From the graves.
Resident Evil 5. Destiny. No, Super Mario.
Wait, Resident Evil 5?
Destiny 2 3.
I'm into that.
You like that?
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hard yes.
I disagree, but whatever. This is a dictatorship, not a democracy.
Mike, anything to say?
I concur because if y'all, I'm gonna formally address my callback. Early in the year, I knew it was gonna be between Horizon and Zelda for Game of the Year, and where are we, boys?
It had to be.
Hey guys, guess what?
It had to be here.
Guess
All
what,
right.
guys? We put Resident Evil at the same place as Polygon.
Wow.
So here we go, boys. And here's the
There's one easy choice here.
There is, but it's not the one you think it is.
there's an
I don't wait. Why did you put Breath of the Wild twice? I don't get it. It's Breath of the Wild versus Breath of the Wild. I don't understand.
Wacko.
Oh, no
wacka.
way. No, guys.
Wow.
It's okay. This is a tough choice, but it's
not.
It's not.
it's
I feel like I can go pee.
oh
I can go pee for this choice because you guys are gonna make it.
wait, Kelly, I'm pretty sure it's like a 2-on-2 at this point.
Yeah, really, what you have to do is convince me.
Okay, let's like everyone fucking
Let's weigh the facts.
Move
here.
everyone fucking put your dicks on the table.
Okay,
here,
let me go
Like,
here. Let me go here. Okay,
I am Team Breath of the Wild.
Horizon.
Horizon.
Kelly, come on.
Horizon is mechanically better. Breath of the Wild is world better. There's no they're balanced.
What is so great about the world of Breath of the Wild?
It makes you actually want to explore it.
all of the mechanics I gave last episode.
It rewards you with nothing for exploring.
It rewards you with the thrill of exploring something interesting.
Okay,
Which you would
here's-
have to be into Zelda in the first place to give a fuck. If a new IP released this game, nobody would care.
Wait, Dave, one sec.
I disagree.
I feel like you got a lot to say. I'm gonna go pee just before you say
Okay,
it.
can we just hold off?
Should we pause? 'Cause I have to pee
pause.
again too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. This is it. This is the 1v1 fight me in the ring finale championship for Super Hopped Up Best Game of the Year between Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Before we discuss which one's a better game, which one would win in a fight against each other?
Link.
Really?
No,
It's a
get
tough-
Aloy
outta
would
here.
definitely win.
Hatsune Miku,
Hatsune Miku would probably
Vin-
200 songs.
Yeah.
200
Yeah.
plus songs. Vince Vaughn,
The
he's 6.3, and he would be stomping out all of these guys.
Can,
Alright,
can Link use stasis on animate objects?
Yes.
Can I bring okay? Can I
Guys.
instead of like talking hypothetical garbage here? Can I bring
Thank
my real argument? Okay, as to why I do think that Horizon is a better game than Breath of the Wild, despite that fact that I like both of them. So both of these games had me really like super keen to explore the world and like kind of like get in there and just see what it was all about. But Zelda does a lot of things from start to finish that really remind you that you're playing a video game. And to me, at least, that's a thing that's like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a thing that it's a safe thing. Like Zelda, it didn't feel like although they introduced this brand new world, they still felt like they had to be defined by these rules that video games need to follow. Like, this is the puzzle where you need to move this thing here, and this is the type of enemy that like you will need to defeat this way. And there was no real breaking out of that box. And sorry, let me just finish this sentence, then I'll let you go. Horizon, on the other hand, was completely okay with just like having the players be completely lost in this brand new world and this brand new setting that they themselves had created from scratch. And that does a lot for me for selling them on like just the experience of that world. And that's why I think Horizon is better than Zelda. But they are both great games.
Here's how I know this argument is fucked. I feel like we could switch Zelda and Horizon Zero Dawn in the sentence that you just put forward, and I would feel very confident in saying the exact same thing, roles reversed. In Horizon Zero Dawn, they have a world that feels very much like just another fucking open world, in the case that I don't really feel all that interested in exploring the side parts of it until some quest forces me to go to a point and do it. In Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, they do a thing that like very few games have ever done. I know Skyrim kind of does this, but I don't think they do it well enough. But basically, within an hour and a half of playing Breath of the Wild, they give you the 5 major tools you need, which is like your hang glider, it's your dumb glyph abilities, and then they send you out. And literally, you can go to the last boss from there, fight him, and be done the game. You don't need to do anything. It's literally just, you have the tools, you can end the game now if you want, but there's so much more you can do from there. But that's kind of fucking crazy
The
in and of
difference,
itself.
too, is that Horizon Zero Dawn, on top of this crazy world that they've created, they had a really compelling story and narrative there that was to discover. And then when you discover...
Horizon Zero Dawn might have one of the best like narrative like plot ideas for a game that I've played in a long time. I would say it's better than Breath of the Wild, but I would argue that what Breath of the Wild does is just it gives you this open world feeling that didn't feel forced and didn't feel fake and didn't just feel like some artificial gatedness. Yes, David, you have your hand up.
So here's my kind of take on it, and this is something that I kind of apply to a lot of different like art and media, is that like I don't always look for the thing that is exactly new or like groundbreaking, but I really appreciate perfection of form. So Horizon, I will go ahead and say there was nothing really new in Horizon as far as like novel, new, like different ideas. But it did everything very, very good. Like, you've played other games, probably like Ubisoft games, like Far Cry, that are not all too different from the way Horizon kind of plays out. But I just feel like every part of Horizon is good with very few drawbacks to me. Whereas the only part that I really enjoyed about Zelda was being able to climb any surface. And that's a mechanic that I hope is used in many games to come. But otherwise, I think that Zelda is really only novel because it's Zelda and not because it's actually a great open world game.
I could say a bunch of different designy things that either game has done, but I will say probably the peak of playing Horizon for me was when I managed to possess one of those flying robot things, and then I just owned a giant killer bird.
Yeah.
And the peak of Breath of the Wild so far for me has been taming a horse. And those are kind of comparable to each other because I now have possessed something and own it. But I feel like the killer bird that would fly around killing crocodiles for me was probably cooler.
Can't argue with that.
And just based on that one very shallow aspect of those two games, I think Breath of the Wild takes it for me.
The most shallow...
Oh, no. Horizons. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I just love
God.
horses.
I drank a 6-pack already.
Yeah.
So the one with the bird and the crocodiles and the killer
Horizon.
laser beams,
Yeah.
Horizon. That one's the cooler
And this
one
is
for
like
me.
this is. I mean, you have to remember this isn't like I am arguing to say that the game that comes second is a bad game. I am just we're all just putting arguments why one is better than the other.
We're trying to figure out who our favorite pony is of two very good ponies. That's a really bad metaphor.
There are robot horses in Horizon that act the same way as the ones in Breath of the Wild, but there was a bird I possessed.
And as much as I hate this, I'm reading the writing on the wall, and I'm not going to be able to win a 3-on-1 here. I can't fucking Henry Fonda last angry juror this year and convince enough of you to go my way. So yeah, you know what? Maybe Horizon Zero Dawn wins it for us this year. But I'm going to say you're all fucking monsters. And
What'd I do?
you didn't play either game, and that's a sin on your own behalf.
Is it because we don't like Nintendo? Because Nintendo's been doing some baller shit this year, but there are other games that were slightly better than them.
Like, I felt like I'm being a little bit like hyperbolic with what I just said. Like, both games are very good. Horizon Zero Dawn, with like a narrative and like the story that they told, is arguably better than any story that I played this year. Persona 5 might be better, but I didn't finish it. But Horizon Zero Dawn, it had a thing to it. It had this like post-apocalyptic ideal for a world that had some twists that I didn't expect. And when you talk about post-apocalyptic stories, I feel like it's all been told so far. So when you add something to me that actually like surprises and interests me, I'm in.
Yeah.
And Horizon did that, and I was very okay with that.
Can we also mention something that we haven't talked about? Is that the music in both of these games is fantastic.
Dope
like,
in both, absolutely.
Hands down, like probably two of the better soundtracks of this year, if not the two of the best.
Yeah, I'll go so far as to say that like the music in Zelda was one of my favorite aspects of that game.
Yeah,
from the orchestra that I listened to with my eyes closed, it was pretty good.
But I think that like I can see what like is appealing about the exploration in Zelda to a certain extent. But like I think the especially combat is much stronger in Horizon.
Oh,
than it is in
absolutely.
Zelda.
Like that's
and that's like kind of the majority of the game for both of them.
It's just so deep and like it's so rewarding and like this is like throwing way back to like what I didn't like about Wolfenstein is that the combat in Horizon rewards you for like choosing your own personal way to play that.
It's wide open essentially. Yeah.
The argument I'll make to that, and I already feel like we know how this is going to end, and that's okay. I just kind of want to make a few last statements. Is I feel like I've said this a lot tonight, but one of my favorite moments I've played in a video game this year was in Horizon Zero Dawn. The first time you run up against one of the giant metal T-Rexes, a Thunderjaw, and you fight it, and you do a bunch of crazy shit to get it down, and then you win a fight against this giant towering Robo T-Rex. That feels fucking amazing.
It does.
And then the next time you do it, next time you fight another one, you just have to do the exact same thing, and you'll be just fine. The only way that fight will be any different, really, is if like other creatures show up while you're doing it.
Well, that's the same.
You know how to fight an enemy in Horizon Zero Dawn? Let me finish. You know how to fight an enemy in Zero Dawn? It feels like that's more or less it. There were moments when I was playing Breath of the Wild, and maybe I'm just a dummy. I don't know. But you fight certain enemies, and there's some emergent style and tactics to the way they play that I didn't expect. You fight one of the giant moblins, and like you stun him, which is a thing you don't need to do. You shoot his arm. You basically shoot the weapon out of his hand, so he's armless. And you expect, okay, the guy's fucking done. Instead, he goes up and he picks up one of the goblin guys in front of him, which I'd only seen once the entire game. And the motherfucker threw another enemy at me, which was fucking crazy, and I'd never seen before in that game and didn't see afterwards. That game surprised me with the combat in the way that when you knew how to fight an enemy in Zero Dawn, that was it. You knew how to do it. The only difference was, were there going to be more or different enemies? In Breath of the Wild, it felt emergent. It felt like, yeah, you know what? Like the combat might not be as varied in the way that you have 30 different things to do, but you can involve the environment. You can involve the different runes and spells or whatever that you have, and things can go lopsided in a really weird, interesting way that completely defies the expectations of the scenario. In Horizon, when something comes up, you know how it's going to go.
And the only reason Breath of the Wild didn't win for me is that the motorcycle, I didn't get to play it yet.
Yeah,
it came out with a motorcycle.
I got weirdly excited when that DLC came out. I'm going to buy that DLC and I'm going to play it.
There was DLC for both these games.
15 in this.
That came out last year, dude.
Yeah.
They were both.
I mean, it feels like it's a new game this year. By God, it's a different game
Every
this
day
year.
it's a new game.
Every minute it's a new game.
So I feel like I've gotten my piece out about this. I am willing to accede to the tyranny of the mob and say that Horizon Zero Dawn is our #1 game of the year, with the stipulation that you're all crazy and wrong and I'm right, and Legend of Zelda is a better game.
I thought Hatsune Miku was the #1.
It's over 200 songs.
According to the list, if you look at the official list,
200 songs.
All right, so let's do this from 5 to 1.
Okay, give me a sec. Let me just do the boops here. All right,
Undertale wins again.
Undertale wins again. What a shocker!
Friendship conquers all.
In 2017, I would argue one of the marquee years of video games.
It has been a good year.
Perhaps up there with the 2004 or a 97 or 98. Yeah.
As the world becomes worse, video games only become better. So
like, I'm glad we have better and better distractions to hide the fuck world that we live in.
Yeah.
The 10 best games this year, according to Super Hopped Up, a 5-way tie for 6th are Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition, Persona 5, Injustice 2, Neo, and Cuphead. Our 5th best game of the year is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Our 4th best game of the year is Super Mario Odyssey. 3rd is Destiny 2. 2nd is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And Super Hopped Up's #1 game of the year is Horizon Zero Dawn.
I will note for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is for their icon for the logo.
Yeah, it's a good logo.
They managed to get 7 in the Resident Evil 7 version, and also like the VI or whatever 7 is, V22.
Yes.
And the Japanese one. It's good logo.
If we were doing best logo, Resident Evil 7 probably would have won.
Most def.
Yeah.
Especially cross-culture.
Next year we'll do best logo as a side podcast.
I will say, like, you look at this list of 10, and like it's a list full of games that I've either played this year and fucking loved, or games that I really, really want to play. So like, I don't feel bad about this list. I feel like you've all made a mistake on the #1, but that's okay. but this is a good fucking list.
I was
Yeah.
being very generous letting you guys get it to number 2. So
Well, I mean, Dragon's
admire
Crown
your
hasn't come out
generosity.
yet again for PS4, so
Yeah,
Dragon's Crown will be my number 1 game next year.
I'm sorry Link doesn't have fucking thighs the size of your torso, David. I'm
I would
sorry.
just be more
But you could-
inclined to play.
that
That
Yo,
really makes you want
Yo,
it more.
Link low-key thick.
He is
Yeah,
low-key
that's
fake.
true.
This is true.
The motherfucker runs across Hyrule several times a day.
I have mostly been playing that game shirtless. So
Hell yeah.
You're streaming that game. All right, we should cap this off.
Yes, we should.
Matt's all sleepy.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this has been our 2017 stuff. As this is probably going up right now, we are probably finishing up the Metal Gear Marathon. So if you're listening to this, stop listening to this. Go to MetalGearMarathon.com. Watch us. Donate for the children. This has been Super Hopped Up for a podcast about children screaming about video game preferences. I am your host, Chris Norris-Jones. We are on Stitcher and iTunes where podcasts are held. We got an email, superhoppedup@gmail.com. We got a Facebook group. Come find us. We got a Twitter @SuperHoppedup. Kelly, what else do we got?
if you go to YouTube and you look up Super Hopped Up, you'll find a lot of our LPs, mostly of the Surge right now. But we did a 3-parter of Monster Hunter Beta, and I guarantee that when that fucking game comes out, I will force my way into the LP stream of playing that game because I'm very addicted to it. But expect more videos coming in 2018 as we ramp up our video content for Super Hopped Up.
Hell yeah, video content. And if you would like to go ahead and tell your friends about us, we would be very, very appreciative. Hey guys, some final thoughts
2017's been a good year for video games.
for very specific things.
Yeah,
What do
for
you-
video games.
What do you think Death Stranding is?
It's not a video game.
That's not a conversation we should be having right now.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. Don't
Not
do
as a
this right
final
now.
thought.
Conversation to be having in like 2022.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't wait until Kojima is elected president.
Calling it right now. It's going to be the Citizen Kane of video games.
All
I
right.
agree.
A video game. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for listening to this. See you again next week. Peace out. Love
Anything that's anything of
your
anything is the nothing of anything.
mother.
True.
What?